All right. Black Power is the General Seti, and I'm black at y'all ass again with this real fucking talk. Y'all know what it is. KingSeti.com online marketplace, official General Seti DVDs, t-shirts, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, got posters on the way, Scully's on the way, wall tapestries on the way. Whatever the fuck I can create with my mind is on the way. Go over to KingSeti.com online marketplace and be amazed. GeneralSeti.com, Seti University, over 500 videos, behind the scene videos from down through the days, that hot shit, you understand? Epic debates, street clashes and battles, you know what I'm saying? 5 of all subjects: science, history, occult, spirituality, from every continent. You got the general dropping that science. So get on over there to GeneralSeti.com, Seti University, and be amazed. And to my family out there, exclusive General Seti Patreon, you understand? Official, exclusive, live streams, every, at least twice a week. Shit that I just can't spit on YouTube. So most definitely go to Patreon, General Seti, become a patron today and get fed this wisdom. Okay? Now, today, I done already seen niggas mumbling. I done already seen niggas mumbling. You understand what I'm saying? Because they love this underwater shit. That's what's wrong with us. You see? We love this underwater shit. Motherfuckers will escape into outer space. Motherfuckers will escape up under the water. Niggas hide up under the bed. In the closet. This is what niggas do when they running from this goddamn, this white man, this Cro-Magnon man. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. Peace to all the family, Black Power. This is what we do. And so I just had to, I see motherfuckers again, and I don't know why motherfuckers try to, thinking they can fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know why, the making of the white man is on GeneralSeti.com. I can't put that on any platform. Like I say, when I do information like that, I can't put that on no platform other than, GeneralSeti.com. Now, Patreon, I can take it a step above, but I can't. The making of the white man is too raw. You can't put that on nothing. But GeneralSeti.com, Seti University. You see what I'm saying? So, you have to get over there. I got a whole lot of information on that level. But that's just too raw. You know what I'm saying? Nah. And again, what up, Patah? Black Power to you, King. You know what I'm saying? Today, see, people think that I just stepped off into occultism. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't know why niggas keep boxing with me. You know what I'm saying? And now I got these new school niggas thinking they could box with me. You know what I'm saying? I've been dealing with a cult, you understand what I'm saying, for over 30-something years. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever think, nigga, that I can't stand up in the world of a cult and box motherfuckers into a corner and then put that motherfucker, that uppercut on their ass and leave like Mike Tyson did Marvin Frazier. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker, his legs was, going the opposite direction. Now, that nigga was on his knees and his goddamn feet was going point out. Knocked his ass out. So don't think that I can't do you like that. My background, with, occultism, I was damn near, and I wasn't no damn near, I was studying occultism. You know what I'm saying? Even before I really got deep into the African studies, like I did, even though I got into it, at a young age, I still was, my uncle was, in the Moore Science Temple and so on and so forth. And, even though I wasn't in it, I was reading his books. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I had a up on them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because I had been studying and he was teaching me at a young age and shit. You know what I'm saying? So he damn near gave me the keys to a lot of the doors that I would unlock. But damn, I went through them doors and went to unlocking doors on my goddamn own. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, because I studied and shit. And so I was already studying, into the unexplained and shit. I was getting them books when I was damn near 10, Mysteries of the Unknown and Into the Unknown and shit. You know what I'm saying? I had them books I used to order them goddamn books off the TV. You see what I'm saying? And so, I've been studying this shit for so goddamn long that I know all the key players. And Dr. Ben already talked, nigga, research the researchers. Go to the origin of all things. When you go to the origin of it, you got it. You see what I'm saying? Once you got them dates on these niggas, you got it. I won't hear nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? Because, when we dealing with this Lumerian and goddamn Atlantis shit, this is theosophy. Okay? I don't want to, this is theosophy. And that shit was founded, for the most part, by Madame Blavatsky, along with William Steele Olcott, who's founded the Theosophic Society in damn near, it was the late 1800s. So when I lined it up with all the niggas that's doing the culture, and what they're gonna say is that, okay, they was doing it previous and shit, but that's just like the Hebrews, and that's just like all the rest of them say they was, the Muslims say Islam was before the Quran. Well, goddamn it, what we need the Quran for? You understand? If Islam was before the goddamn Quran, what the fuck we need the Quran for? If Islam was before Muhammad, what the hell we need Muhammad for? You understand? They always try to go previous to when they document it as to being on the planet. You see what I'm saying? And so when we talking about this Lumerian thing, because I know the people that coined the shit, or Mu. Now you got two different continents which we'll deal with, because you got the land of Mu, and then you got Lumerian. And it's gonna seem ironic, because some people say those are two different lands. You see what I'm saying? Some people gonna say that's two different lands. That Lumeria is more in the Indian Ocean. But then some will say that Mu is in the Pacific Ocean. Okay? Both of them got Mu in it. And then the crazy thing about it is that, the Mu is sometimes spelled M-U, and then it's sometimes spelled M-O-O-M-O-O. And then, you move, and that's so you put the R on the end, and you can get more. You see what I'm saying? And so this is why these niggas say it don't mean black. Because in that consciousness of what the fuck they talking about, it means something different than the Moor over in, that was in Arabia. Because the Moor over in Arabia was an Orthodox Muslim. You can see the damn surahs on the damn walls over in Spain and shit. You know what I'm saying? You can see the surahs. Okay? So there it is. Unless they went over there and carved them motherfuckers over there yesterday, you understand what I'm saying? You can see that they were Orthodox Muslims. They was into Mohammedanism. You see what I'm saying? That's who they follow. Okay? When you go over there talking about some goddamn Atlantis and some goddamn Lumeria, they might put your ass to the sword. You understand what I'm saying? And so, the thing is, we got to understand the racist origins of this shit. Just like Lumeria. What did they come up with Lumeria? Lumeria was named after the damn lemur. You understand? I got the guy who founded that, but I'm going to get to that. I'm not going to jump up out of here. Now, We understand Madam Blavatsky came, and I'm just being real because these are the groups that's professing it today. And all you have to do is line the goddamn dates up. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of what I see is I see in that conscious, and really what you're talking about, the conscious community. I'm just going to be real about it because I separate the conscious community from the African-centered community. African liberation, I separate the African-centered community from the African liberation movement community. Not just motherfuckers that's going, sit up and still go out and march and don't even understand that it's a divine, prophecies that's transpiring right before our eyes that the fall is here. So you wouldn't even be trying to integrate into no falling goddamn society if you knew what this shit was about. You know what I'm saying? It's time to get your shit together, pack up, nigga, and get ready to move on out of this era of our decadence and oppression. You see what I'm saying? Not integrate into a sinking goddamn ship. So when you see what these niggas, they just moving the damn chairs around on the sinking, they playing musical chairs on a sinking goddamn ship instead of throwing a goddamn raft overboard, putting your goddamn family and what little you can on that raft and getting the fuck on because it's going down. They not telling the people that because they got a certain level of crackatosis. They can't let that white man titty out their mouth. You understand what I'm saying? They just still holding on. Trying to, it ain't nothing coming out but poison. You see what I'm saying? Now, the reason I put Hitler up there, you understand what I'm saying? Because Hitler also took from Madame Blavatsky. That's where he got it from. She's the one, and what theosophy is when they went over into Africa, they went over into Asia, and they got, the early ones got a chance to see and get a head up on everybody else. Everybody else wasn't going over there. So, they got a chance to go over there into India when the British conquered India, when the British had conquered, parts, even Egypt. You understand what I'm saying? The British had control over some in Sudan. the Anglo-Egypto-Sudan. You understand what I'm saying? And that came to an end when the Mahdi chopped off General Gordon's head and sent it back to England and shit. You know what I'm saying? But, once they got in there, just like with the Egyptology, wasn't nothing previous. They didn't have no knowledge before that. You understand what I'm saying? So they got over there, got to messing with a lot of them gypsies and shit. Started getting in, and taking science out of Africa, and they packaged it the way they packaged it. You see what I'm saying? They packaged it as theosophy. And what they did is just like what they do with anything. They start adding the hermeticism, which is garbage. Okay? I don't give a fuck what no nigga say. That's garbage. That's Serapis worship. Anytime you get all of them is Serapises. You understand what I'm saying? Like they took Osiris and then they devised this demon they call Serapis. And then they had Zeus Ammon, which ain't nothing but a version of Zeus and Pan. Even though a lot of people think it's the ram, that's Pan. You understand what I'm saying? So they didn't push, Pan, and they didn't push Zeus and, and Kronos into the Egyptian deities. You know what I'm saying? Creating these hybrid, demons and shit. Demon deities and shit that the Africans never worship. See, and so, you got to stand on your goddamn square. When they came and put Serapis up in front of the people, down with that garbage. The only place that they could even put Serapis was in goddamn Alexandria. They didn't have no temple nowhere else other than Alexandria. You see what I'm saying? And so when you hear these motherfuckers talking about some Trimis Megistus and trying Hermes Megistus and all this shit, all of that is Serapis. You understand what I'm trying to add some portals into in some shit that they didn't cut and paste anyway. You see what I'm saying? Took a little bit of the Hindu, took little bit of the Naga Kushite, took a little bit of the Gypsy, took a little bit of the the African, the Bhutan. You understand, the Egyptian, and they put it in a pot and they called it fucking theosophy. And because many of the early ones like Madame Blavatsky, shit, even Aleister Crowley had went into Egypt at around early 1900s. And so I dated it. You don't have no Moorish Science Temple to 1913. And that shit is a cult. Ain't no motherfucking getting around that one. Anybody still stuck on that one, nigga, you behind, nigga, you done for. You understand what I'm saying? You can't even accept the reality. You know what I'm saying? Even the lingo, I studied so much of it, you know what I'm saying? I kept going and I said, God damn, this can't be. Every time, didn't nobody have to tell me. As soon as I say, damn, they got this ascended master shit. These are motherfuckers that have, they have reached the highest stages of development, have become, they have ascended. They have ascended and have all trials have been passed, as far as deity. And they have ascended, and the thing is, they could move on to a higher plateau, but they choose to be guardians of the planet and help, the earth to ascend. And when you got a guardian, it's supposed to help you to ascend quicker. You understand? That's what they teach. You see what I'm saying? So they say Jesus is an ascended master. That Buddha is an ascended master. That, they got all Saint Germain, one of the popular ones and shit. Osiris and shit is an ascended master. So she was the one that brought that shit over here, and they took it from the Hindu. And I done heard the Hindus spit on her ass that she didn't manipulated it and added, certain characters in it that wasn't originally in it. You see what I'm saying? So ain't nobody got no time for that bullshit. You see what I'm saying? So when you talk about the lingo and you know what I'm saying of Lumerian and Atlantis, Plato was the first person that documented. It ain't even no goddamn Plato. So ain't nobody ever spoke about no goddamn Plato, no Atlantis from it except Plato. And he's a created creature. He's nothing but a Serapis. So ain't no telling who conjured that garbage up. Talking about some sinking goddamn, and they can goddamn go to the bottom of the goddamn ocean. Nah, they didn't scrape the goddamn ocean floor. You know what I'm saying? So when you talking about land masses and you talking about goddamn, and they didn't went up under this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? These continents got so many layers of goddamn, different type of stones and shit. You understand what I'm saying? That ain't no goddamn way, no damn continent or no motherfucking larger than South America could just collapse up under the goddamn water like that and a motherfucker not go and see the piles of goddamn rubber up under there. You see what I'm saying? Now, yeah, some land have went up underwater. But just like even when you go around Egypt, you gonna see something, nigga. They done found so much shit on the edge of it, stone statues and shit larger than life. So that's the evidence. You know what I'm saying? Where is all this goddamn evidence at? So I ain't stupid. If a motherfucker could prove it, it would have been proved. You're not gonna say you even greater than damn ain't. And that's what everybody, they're always greater than ancient Egypt, but have less goddamn evidence of existence. You're supposed to have more goddamn evidence of existence. You see what I'm saying? So the occultists are no different than the Bible thumpers, no different than the Quran thumpers, no different than the Greek mythology, no evidence of nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Previous, you understand what I'm saying? To the time they say that they exist, okay? Or during the time in which they say they exist. So when we dealing with the show, we gonna get off into this racist shit. Because what they do, this is Madame Blavatsky, and you can get this shit right here out of the Secret Doctrine. Okay, you can get this book out of the Secret Doctrine. Let me see when that book was produced. Let me see when that book was produced. It was published in 1888. Okay, it was published in 1888. Okay, and she talks about the 7 root races. And so a root race is the dominant race of any given age. Okay? There's only one root race, and then within that one root race, it'll be 7 sub races. You see what I'm saying? 7 sub races in that root race. Okay? Now, it could be 100 million years. You understand, sir? But they wasn't all even, and you could go into that if you choose. So the varying ages of each era or root race was a given length of time, and some of them, like I said, went into the 100. Some of them went into the 100 million years. Now you can see number one. Let me bring this up. Let me bring this up. Now, number one in this root race was the polar race. You understand what I'm saying? And immediately when I saw that, I'm going to bring it back. You see, the first was the polar race. If you look at the top, I'm going to show y'all first. You see the polar race, number one, Hyperborean race, 2. Then you got 3, the Lumerian. Then you got 4, the Atlantean. And the 5th is the Aryan race. Okay? And that's where Hitler come in. He used Madame Blavatsky on racist goddamn psychology as a blueprint for his damn psychology. The SS and all of that. So now when you look at first and foremost, you see the polar race. See, now that's key. She didn't order, if you don't see right there, automatically they done moved the origin of all life on the planet to the goddamn North Pole. That's what they did, number one. And each root race, somehow, some demise come out of that. Each planet, each era is destroyed by some type of goddamn devastation. You understand what I'm saying? So when the Polarians crash and burn, a little piece of them went off to start the Hyperborean. You understand what I'm saying? And then when let's deal with that. Let's deal with that. Now where's Hyperborea at? This is the second goddamn root race. Let's blow this up. I'm about to cut into these niggas because they silly. They silly. You see right here, again, the polar, and the second is the Hyperborean race. Okay, what does Hyperborea mean? Beyond the north wind. Okay? And when it crashed, you understand what I'm saying, and dissected parts of Greenland, Iceland, Europe, and Russia were a part of Hyperborea. Okay? They were a part of Hyperborea. You understand what I'm saying? So it was a larger landmass, and it was in the north, just like goddamn the Polarians. And so you can see where it's located. It's at the North Pole. So right there, you can see how sick these niggas is, because automatically they got to accept the white race or the polar region, the northern regions, as the source of all life on the planet, because each root race come out of the previous root race. So again, the Hyperboreans came out of the Polarian. The Lumerian came out of the Hyperborean. Now what's key about the Lumerians, they say that's where black people come on the scene. Now, this shit is crazy, because I'm gonna let this Cro-Magnon man speak and tell you what they think. And because, like I said, number one, before I even do that, let me deal with the top scholars before I even deal. Where you at? Now this is the motherfucker right here, Sclater. Let me blow him up. He the one that coined. Let me take that out of there. He the one coined Lumerian, okay, in 1858. You understand? He the one that come up with the thesis because the lemur monkey was in Madagascar, only in Madagascar, in India. You understand? He assumed that it was some land bridge. You understand what I'm saying? That's in the ancient time that connected India to Madagascar. And that's how the lemur is in India and in Madagascar. So he coined, right here, you see down here, the geographic regions are still. He also developed the theory of Lumeria during 1864 to explain zoological coincidences relating Madagascar to India. So he coined that term. You understand what I'm saying? That's why people say that Lumeria and Mu is two different continents. But it's very coincidence that Mu is in Lumeria. You understand? And both of them are sinking continent. Goddamn, you got motherfucking continent sinking all over the goddamn planet. And then motherfucker go, when you got that much land mass, you see what I'm saying? It wouldn't be no goddamn reason not to find that up under the water. You wouldn't be peeking soon as you go up under there. You gonna see that because it's all type of granite and shit, up under these continents. These motherfuckers ain't, you act like it's a sponge that you just flow the goddamn way. These goddamn, so yeah, you know what kind of shit would shape, that shit would shape the planet. You know what I'm saying? You get a goddamn continent to fall down like that. If a goddamn meteorite, you understand what I'm saying? Imagine it. If a motherfucking meteorite can hit this motherfuckers and cause tsunamis, you understand? Imagine what that goddamn, if a goddamn continent, and it's all type of fire and flame and shit and this, that. That's why they had to go so deep off into goddamn time where you could give, the earth a chance to heal and shit. But who was there? Wasn't no goddamn eyewitness to that shit. You understand what I'm saying? This is what we call, eyewitness account. You understand? When you start doing research, you got to have primary evidence. And the only way you can have primary evidence is to have an eyewitness account or a documented a written record from someone who had an eyewitness account. And so ain't nobody got no eyewitness account of that shit. They're just so where they got it from. And if a motherfucker can't, you thinking about languages and shit, they can't decipher languages from goddamn 400-500 years ago. If you listen to some of them goddamn hillbillies up in them goddamn hills right now, you can't fucking understand. How the fuck is you gonna go back and that many millions of years ago and try to understand? So again, niggas is fleeing from reality at that time. Let me get on these niggas. So I've established right here that Sclater, I don't know if his name was Philip, I don't know. His first name, let me see. I get it. You can look his ass up, though. I don't need his first name. I think it was, I don't know if it was Peter, I don't know. Sclater, Philip Sclater, if I'm not mistaken. You see what I'm saying? So he turned, and that was connected to the lemur, okay? And so I just wanted to throw that out there, and, and we know that Augustus Laplangion, I had his ugly ass face. You can look him up. He come with, he espoused on the Mu. Okay? He espoused on the Mu. You understand? Saying that you know, and for a lot of people, that's another term for Atlantis. But I don't understand how that is when Mu was, by many, was in the Pacific, and then Atlantis, this is why you name it the Atlantic Ocean. Atlantic Ocean, because of Atlantis. You understand? But as the man gonna say, he gonna say it's 1,001 goddamn, because don't nobody, once you ain't got no evidence, you gonna have motherfuckers coming from all over the place. Egypt, see, that's the one thing that Egypt, because Egypt is. Do you understand? Let me say that again. Egypt is. You understand what I'm saying? You can conjure up whatever the fuck you want. It is. It's there. Okay? It is there. Outside of all, the Egyptians did not leave their existence, you know what I'm saying, to be second guessed. Now niggas can go and fantasize about and create all kinds, but it is. You ain't got shit. You ain't got nothing. You understand? But words, books, if the book wasn't there, you wouldn't even know about that shit. You understand? If you didn't have the Bible, you wouldn't know about no Jesus. If you didn't have the Quran, you wouldn't know about no, because there's nothing substantial that they left that would cause you to know that they existed without somebody telling you they existed. The Egyptians don't need that. So a motherfucker can say what they want about some goddamn Atlantis or some Mu or some Hyperborea or the rest of that shit. But they didn't leave nothing of any sort. And the little shit that they find, come on, man, we talking about people supposed to be greater than the Egyptian. Don't bring me no little clay cookies and no little small ass trinkets and shit. You understand what I'm saying? You supposed to have megalithic, and don't blame, that shit ain't got nothing to do with no Atlantis. And so they always destroy the source of origin, just like if motherfucker run to outer space, the aliens brought it. They brought it. Then the motherfucker from up under the water. Anything to say other than to say that the African is on the continent of Africa, and you see the people that been there since day one, and instead of giving them credit because they've been there from day one, you rather go in every other direction other than give them the credit. Like I say, Egypt been founded by every motherfucker except the Egyptians. This is crazy. You understand what I'm saying? These niggas has been watching too much goddamn Star Trek. Too much goddamn, just lost in goddamn space. So we understand that Augustus Leplongeon, you understand what I'm saying, was the one that really coined Mu. Okay? And he handed it off. And what he said is that the civilization of the Yucatan was older than that of Greece and Egypt. Okay? And he talks about, we'll get down here at the bottom. Let me go to this next one. Right here, let me blow this up. I'm about to get on these motherfuckers, man. I love busting their ass. Right here, it's going to be hard, but you can look it up. Leplongeon claimed that the civilization of ancient Egypt was founded by Queen Mu, M-O-O, a refugee from the land's demise. So what he's saying is, when the land of Mu was destroyed and went under the water, you had refugees that fled. You see what I'm saying? And some went to Atlantis, some went to Africa, and founded them civilizations. You see what I'm saying? And the critical thing is that Mu, some spell it M-U, but Leplongeon spell it M-O-O, Mu. And all you have to do is put the R on it, more. You see what I'm saying? We ain't got time to be playing no more. We ain't got no time to be playing no more. So that's why I wanted, and then what happened was, when Leplongeon died, his wife, Alice, gave his work to James Churchward, who went to writing all these crazy ass books. You can look them up online. The Lost Continent of Mu. You understand what I'm saying? The Motherland of Man. And then, you know, he got the children of Mu, 1931. You understand? The sacred symbols of Mu, 1933. But he took it from Le Plongeon. You see what I'm saying? So this is where we get, you know, but you know, James Churchward put Mu in the Pacific. You understand? As we'll look at his map and see, and then Lumeria was supposed to be between Madagascar and India. Okay? We're going to get to the racist aspect of this. Now that we know this, wait a minute, I want y'all to see this. Because this come out of Madame Blavatsky book. Now, Lumeria, and some, you know, they, you know, you, like I said, you know, Madame Blavatsky taught that most dark-skinned races descend from the Lumerians. That's what she taught. Now you're gonna have niggas come and espouse on, because they got to clean it up. They got to clean it up. That's just like niggas trying to say Jesus is black. That's a rapist, nigga. You ain't know, don't come clean that shit up. You understand what I'm saying? That's a rapist. A lot of shit been added to fool you into accepting it. But it's a rapist. It's no doubt about it. You see what I'm saying? So now niggas want to clean it up because they didn't think people would get behind them chambers and not behind them portals and see exactly where the shit come from. So when you look at, you know, the root races, let me blow, you see it. You see the root races. You see the third root race, the Lumerian race. You see right there, Negro, Negrito, Negrillo. Okay? Now they say what's crazy, then they say, I guess one of the root races, sub-races of the Lumerian founded the Atlantean. You understand what I'm saying? And so what else could the fucking Atlantean be but a Lumerian? You know what I'm saying? But I guess they found, and then when you get over to the Aryan, let me blow this shit up. You can see they got the Hindu Egyptian, Aryan Semite, Iranian, Celtic, Teutonic, Australia American, Latin American. These is all Aryans. So they didn't took ancient Egypt up out of Africa. See, this is the crazy. This is how they teaching this shit. And then there's so much goddamn evidence that, you know what I'm saying, showing the southern origins of the goddamn, let me quit spitting on the ancestors. You know, the southern origins of the Egyptians, only a simple-minded nigga. And I'm just going to say it just like, you got to be the most simplest-minded. See, a motherfucker escaping into outer space and goddamn underwater ain't got to do no motherfucking research. You see what I'm saying? You could goddamn, that's why it's a million and one motherfuckers saying a million and one things. Okay? Now, I want to drop this shit so you can hear, I want you to hear this Cro-Magnon man. I want y'all to hear this Cro-Magnon man now. Oh, here you go. Here you go. Right here. Here you go, right here. Let me share my screen with this. Now look, I ain't gonna start at the beginning, even though you can look it up and go back and read, listen to it yourself. I believe this motherfucker is one of the descendants of James Churchward. So you could go back and listen to it yourself. Let me turn this shit up so you can hear it for yourself. All right.
Were created to explain the wide distribution of fossils. Since similar fossils had been discovered on different sides of open seas, it was postulated that an ancient continent once existed to allow these creatures to travel from one place to another, but it has since sunk. This continent was named Lemuria by Philip Schlater in 1864, and the scientific community continued to embellish the attributes of his creation. Ernst Haeckel proposed in 1870 that anthropoid apes rose not fully human from Lemuria, and eventually populated the planet and evolved into the humans of today.
You hear them motherfuckers say anthropomorphic ape and shit, this, that, and the third. Now, when was that motherfucker? He just won. So that's 1834, 1919.
Lemuria, and eventually populated the planet and evolved into the humans of today. This scientific theory of Lemuria was dismissed when evidence of Gondwanaland, plate tectonics, and continental drift all became accepted scientific facts. Subsequent theories of a sunken continent.
Nah, you hear what they say. The tectonic plates and shit, this, that, and the third, they went up under there looking for that shit. And that's, you don't have to look for no goddamn continent up under the goddamn water. So when they, once they understood the sciences of geology and tectonic plate, they understood all that shit was garbage. You understand what I'm saying? That shit is garbage. Because if that was they people, like they claim, goddamn it, if they would have found it, goddamn it, they would have brought it to the world. They done every other damn civilization. They ain't got no need to hide that shit. They ain't got no need to hide.
Named Lemuria were no longer confined by the rigors of science and eventually took on many different definitions. For instance, Theosophy believed that Lemuria...
Now, this is what I want y'all to hear, because this is going to deal with Theosophy from Madame Blavatsky, which is the matriarch of all occultism. Listen to it.
Different definitions. For instance, Theosophy believed that Lemuria existed millions of years ago and was the home of the third root race. They were 7.5 foot tall, egg-laying, mentally undeveloped humanoids. The gods saw that they were
mentally undeveloped humanoids.
1/2 foot tall, egg-laying, mentally undeveloped humanoids. The gods saw that they were engaging in bestiality and sunk Lemuria millions of years ago.
Say the God saw that they was into bestiality and they sunk the motherfucking Lumeria. Wait a minute, man. Listen to this, man. I want y'all to hear this shit one more time now.
Third root race. They were 7.5 foot tall, egg-laying, mentally undeveloped humanoids. The gods saw that they were engaging in bestiality and sunk Lemuria millions of years ago. The Rosicrucians placed the rise of Lemuria to be 200,000 years ago and postulate that as waves of change cross the globe from east to west, the eastern coast of Lemuria wedged into the western coast of North America, where it still survives. Also surviving are some of the enhanced humans with paranormal powers that once populated Lemuria under Mount Shasta in Western California.
Nah, you know what? I had to bring that up. You understand? So they saying when the motherfucker sunk, part of it crashed into California. Was today with California, and you could go up on the internet. They say the Lumerians still exist in Mount Shasta, whatever Mount Shasta, over in California. Okay, but what I wanted to stress is what they was teaching in Theosophy, that these was underdeveloped humanoids, and that the guys saw that these motherfuckers was into bestiality and shit, so they destroyed Lemuria. Okay? Destroyed Lemuria. Okay? And so, let me get my So that brings us back here. You see what I'm saying? Coming out of Madame Blavatsky. See, she the one brought this shit because the Hindus already had it. But they had a different setup. And that's right. His brother Albert Churchward, which I did state, was the one that was saying that the twa. So it's got, how the fuck is two brothers? This motherfucker go up. See, they did that same shit. You understand what I'm saying? With that motherfucker Champollion. After he died, he didn't put that dictionary out. Cause he know that shit was bullshit. His brother put that shit out. His brother, so they wait to a motherfucker demise, and then they get their own goddamn family to come in and write some dumb shit. You see what I'm saying behind that? So let me come on down. So we see right here, Mu this is coming from Le Plongeon. So you see the term Mu. You know what I'm saying? This is where you get the term more from. This is what they talking about. You understand what I'm saying? So this motherfucker, Le Plongeon, was talking about this Queen Mu, a mythical Mayan queen written about by Augustus Le Plongeon and his wife, Alice Dixon Le Plongeon. The Plongeons undertook the first excavation of Chichen Itza in 1875 and based their theories about Queen Mu on the murals and inscriptions that are found there. Now I go down here and say Augustus Le Plongeon, Mu and her husband, known as Chocmo, were the inspiration for Egyptian myth of Isis and Osiris. You see what I'm saying? So when they saying, when you talking about Mu, and you understand, let me blow this up. When it, part of it crashed into, into what today is North America in California, and then of course some went to South America. You understand? This is why these niggas say they indigenous here. You understand what I'm saying? Because technically, based on the root race, that the Mu was the third, you understand? And then came Atlantis, you understand what I'm saying? And then the Atlanteans went and started Egypt, okay? And then even on one, the Aryan, the Egyptians is considered Aryan. So it's moving from west to east instead of moving from east to west. So they done totally reversed the origins of creation. Now the key thing is about when I'm studying the Maya, I've been there for myself, okay? And like I said, even when you listen, I can easily break down this, even though the Olmecs is our people. You understand what I'm saying? You talking about two different, ain't even close. You know what I'm saying? Listen to me. Not even close. Because you know what I'm saying? When you talking about Oxum, what's dealing, you talking about Oxum alone, even, had reached a level of attack because we dealing with the Nile Valley. When you talking about them Stella and Oxum, you talking about the one that fell down is the largest construction of a megalith from one single stone in world history. So they surpassed the Egyptians, the Mayans, and even the Olmecs who started all of that shit over there. And that just show you when Augustus Le Plongeon went over there, the Olmec shit hadn't even slapped him in the face yet. If he would have lived, I know he turning over in his goddamn grave, because most motherfuckers, even them so-called descendants of the Mayans and all of that, they know the Olmecs is older than the Mayans. Fuck that. That shit is old and it's outdated. So any motherfucker talking about the Mayans, they ain't even older than the Olmec. Olmec gave them all of that. Teotihuacan, Chichen Itza. Man, come on, man. All of that is Olmec. The Mayans didn't have nothing to do with that. The Mayans came on the scene. Their classical age is around 200-300 AD. So technically, they ain't even really a BC people on that level. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's like the Olmecs had to fall for the goddamn Mayans to even come on the scene. You understand what I'm saying? So they not the primary race on that continent. You see what I'm saying? But when you look at their architecture, when you dealing with the Egyptian pyramid, you talking about a self-standing building. When you look up the largest self-sustaining buildings, that means you ain't got nothing helping the motherfuckers stay up. When you look up that, they'll have it in all the largest self-sustaining buildings in the world. None of the Mayans pyramids is on there. You know why? Because them motherfuckers got mud and shit helping keeping that bitch propped up. You understand what I'm saying? They wasn't even dealing with large blocks. Them motherfuckers was using stucco and shit. That's why when you look at even the Olmec pyramid, when the small little stones that they use for the outer casing fell down, wasn't nothing left there but a mound. That's why those type of structures are not on self-sustaining structures. Okay, self-sustaining. So when you go in them pyramids, ain't nothing in Egypt, and you dealing with blocks. So goddamn it, if the Mayans started first, and number one, they never reached the true pyramid. When you see the stages, and not only did they not reach the true pyramid, they never reached the level of self-sustaining structures. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't even reach that level. You see what I'm saying? And so when you go into what they call the Mississippi Mounds, they even a step down from the Olmec. They just got the mound. You understand? Them motherfuckers didn't even have tools and shit in North America. In the upper, north. And that's why you don't see nothing but mounds. You see what I'm saying? And so at least the Olmecs was able to put a stone casing on the outside. You see what I'm saying? So right there, if you come from Lumeria, and this is supposed to be a high technological goddamn civilization, then you supposed to be, and this motherfucker lasting for the Mayans is supposed to be superior in every step of the way, and they can't even fuck with the Egyptians. I don't need no motherfuckers no argument or nothing. I just seen both of them, and I wouldn't lie. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way that goddamn, even the little pyramid, they can't even fuck with the little pyramid. You let alone any of the big pyramid and the temples and shit. You know what I'm saying? The megalithic ass columns. You understand? And even where it was some megalithic structure on the Machu Picchu, it still was a low level wall and shit, even though the Africans established that. You see, when the Olmecs established all that megalithic structure down there, the Olmecs was responsible for all of it. You understand what I'm saying? But it was a low level. You understand? You see the megalithic block, but goddamn, you on the pyramid, you got 40 goddamn stories. They gonna show you one goddamn level and say, damn, look at this one. Yeah, it's great. But goddamn, look at this motherfucker. It's 40 stories and the largest goddamn blocks is at the fucking top. Don't come show me no shit and scrape. So yeah, I give praise to that because they can look at the locks, the inner locks that put the damn blocks together and shit. And you can see that it's African. You ain't gonna mistake nothing like that. You can look at the lock on the blocks and go to Egypt and Ethiopia and see the same goddamn inner lock that's locking them goddamn blocks together. Nigga, you ain't fucking making no mistakes like that. You understand what I'm saying? That take thousands and thousands and thousands of years to develop. And the only people that been on here long enough, over 1 million years, that can say, but that's why they gotta come in and say, oh, nigga, you was a monkey. Nigga, you was a monkey. You wasn't, you was evolving. You understand? You was never evolving. You was, evolving in science and arts and sciences for goddamn millions of years to the point where you got all the way down the river to ancient Egypt. You was constructing on a level that most people couldn't even understand because they were still in the damn cave. So you dealing with a man that just come out the cave 2,000 years ago. When Alexander came in to goddamn Egypt, he still had bear skins on his back. You can't listen to these people. So when you dealing with comparing the Mayans to ancient Egypt, You got to explain, because if they came, and I looked at stories about it, they trying to say the first kings of Egypt came from Atlantis. Okay, they came, well, then where, but you ain't got no Atlantis. So you can't, where's the development? And then when I looked at, as Dr. Ben taught us, the whole, when you talk about the development of the pyramid, you can see how it go from the mastaba, the single story mastaba, to the step, the multi-level mastaba, which is the step pyramid. And I say multi-level mastaba. You understand what I'm saying? You stacking mastabas, and why I say that is because a lot of people want to say that Chetsanitsa and all of that are pyramid, and they not goddamn pyramid. They multi-level mastabas. A pyramid come to a goddamn point. You understand what I'm saying? And none of them motherfuckers over there, and even Imhotep, he started the process to the true pyramid. But the Sennacherib was the first pharaoh that built a true pyramid. So when you look at the development from the mastaba, you understand, which is single story. Then Imhotep stacked the mastabas, making the first skyscraper on the planet in stone. Stone, self-sustaining, not no mud or no goddamn stone. And so you can see as the kings after Imhotep and Zosia, they trying to fill the steps in, you know what I'm saying? And bring it to a true, where it's smooth on all sides, coming up to a point. And so Sennacherib was, but you see how the failures was in between Imhotep and Sennacherib. You understand what I'm saying? You had Pepi, and you even Sennacherib, he had the bent pyramid, where the motherfucker, you can see the bent pyramid is kind of, you know what I'm saying, kind of off, because it started to collapsing, because it was so damn heavy, and they had their measurements off, and if they would have kept going up, it would have caved in. So they just cut it, and just so it looked bent. It's called and then he came right back and built the red pyramid of Sennacherib, which is the world's first true pyramid. So you see the whole level of development from the pyramid in Africa. So if y'all came with, what the fuck is you developing on a low level like that? Don't come here. See, I hate when motherfuckers got to, bitch, do this in your own lane. Don't come here talking about you developed in Africa. Bitch, develop at home. I'm tired of that. Motherfuckers over here and we came, bitch, why you didn't do that where you at? You understand what I'm saying? Why you didn't do that where you at? You see? And so that this is the key that the Mayans cannot, so ain't no Mayans came before no goddamn Egyptians at all, because they never displayed at no given time the abilities of the ancient Egypt, because they never reached the true pyramid, and they never reached the megalithic level of self-sustaining structures. You can go look it up on the internet. All the greatest self-sustaining structures on the planet at this time, and the Great Pyramid of Giza is number fucking one. Okay, that's just like a skyscraper downtown. That's self-sustaining. The frame is there. The frame is, ain't no goddamn mud up there holding, or some props and shit on the side that's keeping the motherfucker. Is self-sustaining. Okay, and so those buildings got mud, so ain't no way you can compare. So what they doing is they trying to steal the legacy of African engineers and architects. They trying to steal our goddamn legacy. They starting the origin of so-called existence on the planet at the North Pole, fucking in Hyperborea, some more garbage that came out of Greek mythology, saying that was Apollo's winter home, which means when it got winter, he went to Hyperborea. And that's why it's cold and shit. You see what I'm saying? Let me come down here, because really, that's almost like a dagger, man. That's almost, those are all daggers. Now this is all about LaPlante. Now this is key down here because it says, let me take this out of here. Down at the bottom, after LaPlanteon's death, Alice gave his papers to James Churchward, and Churchward published several books, including The Lost Continent of Mu, 1926, The Children of Mu, 1931, The Cosmic Forces of Mu, 1936, which equal and often surpass the bizarre nature of LaPlanteon's writing. So this motherfucker went even further than LaPlanteon. You see what I'm saying? He went even goddamn further. But LaPlanteon wrote in 18 Queen Mu and the Egyptian Sphinx. So this was long before any niggas into occultism in the West. Long before that. So when you dealing with documents, because if you go before that, niggas was still in slavery. So ain't no niggas writing no goddamn books. Know about no goddamn Lumerian, no goddamn Atlantis with no goddamn chains on his motherfucking neck and his goddamn wrists. Niggas was too busy trying to live and stay out of goddamn noose or being goddamn lynched and shit. You see what I'm saying? So what no motherfucker talking about no Lumeria. And when niggas got a chance, you know, they went into that goddamn Freemasonry because it talk about that it was the Freemasons. Because it talk about right here, let me bring that shit up too. It say right here at the top, LaPlanteon's books were published with the aid of the Freemasons, as LaPlanteon was a Mason himself. So that right there show you, right there, that this shit was the goddamn grand construction of the Freemasons, who have always been jealous of the real first oldest fraternal organization in the world. So they know it's African. You see, so they're coming in all directions now. They're coming, but the critical thing is, like I said, Albert Churchward, let me put that up before I get up out of here. This motherfucker brother, wait a minute. And Dr. Ben, you know, introduced, and Dr. Clark, but more or less Dr. Ben, introduced me to this book. This was like one of the earliest books that I was in. I'm going to throw it in here for you. And you can get it. It's called The Signs and Symbols of Primordial Man, Albert Churchward. Let me blow this up. Signs and Symbols, Albert Churchward. This the motherfucker James Churchward brother. Okay, when did he put this book out? Let me see when he put this book out. Hold on, family. They say he was Albert Churchward was greatly influenced by Gerald Massey. You know, these was white boys. You still got to watch them. But Albert Churchward was the one that said the Twa. You understand what I'm saying? Was the first founders of ancient Egypt. He said that Egypt came from the south. And so they didn't wait. Let me see when he put that. Let me see I got to get the date on that. Hold on. Hold on, family. I want to get the date on that. The fuck is the publishing date? I hate when the motherfuckers. Hold on. I got to find the publishing date. Okay. This is a new, the 1922. 1922. 1922 is when he put the signs and symbols of primordial man out. You see what I'm saying? So when let's see when motherfucking church words started putting his books out. The Lost Continental Mu, 1926. The Children of Mu, 1931. The Cosmic Forces of Mu, 1936. So he put his shit out after Albert Church work, because he put his shit out in 1922. So that's what I wanted to prove right there. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what they always use a motherfucker own brother to come in and discredit him like that. You see what I'm saying? So family, once you hear that white boy talk about that these were degenerate anthropoid humanoids, that these motherfuckers practice. See, this is what and so these niggas can make up, and that's why motherfuckers keep talking about they was original to over here. That's why. That's motherfucking why. I'm sick of that shit. And goddamn it, before I end this, I just want to show this again. I want to show this. So motherfuckers can see. Here it is. I want motherfuckers to see this. Now you can look up in North America, man. God damn it, half of that shit was under the ice during the Ice Age. Damn near half the United States. Nigga, it was goddamn snowing all the way down in goddamn Georgia and shit like that. How the fuck is a motherfucker, you talking about originating? Motherfucker, you are not original. The aboriginal means away from. Ab. You understand? When you look the word up, it means away from. You understand what I'm aboriginal? Away, not original. You see what I'm saying? Aboriginal means not original. You understand what I'm saying? And so when you look up there and you look at the weather and you see where at, because when you talking about the ice, the land bridge that, where they could come across from Russia, because we got to understand on the other side of that is Russia. On the other side of that motherfucking what they call Alaska used to be owned by Russia. So when you talk about Siberia, it's on the other side of that. What nigga is lost in Siberia coming across through the ice? You understand what I'm saying? We came from the southern regions, and we said and though we very well have brought civilization to these land masses, I do agree with that. But we are not original to this land. We're not original to what we call North America. Okay? And all them, listen to me, and I'm going to end on it. All them dark-skinned Indians, them is goddamn from India. Goddamn it, them straight-haired motherfuckers. Just like they show you, what they do is they say the light one is fake and the dark, see how just like you go over there to India, you got them motherfuckers in the north and you got them motherfuckers in the south. Them motherfuckers co-exist because, let me tell you again, Dravidians are not the Naga Kushites, okay? That's something totally different. When you look at the most ancient Buddhas, you do not see no straight-hair Buddha. God damn, I'm sick of this shit, man. I'm tired of going over the obvious with you motherfuckers. So when you start seeing that straight hair, that's something different than us. You see what I'm saying? And so when you look at them, what they show you a dark skin, them motherfuckers is Hindus, Sindus. That's what they mean. You got light ones and you got dark ones. That's who came through that goddamn Bering Strait. And they came from the top and we was at the bottom. And them motherfuckers was destructive. Just like that, you can see, I can show you the document where they all over in what they call the Adamine Islands and all that. They done ran the true Africans on them islands. They done goddamn wiped them out. so I can show you, even over there in Indonesia, where they going into Papua New Guinea, I can show you where they warring on Papua New Guinea right now. And these are the goddamn, the dark ones that you call Hindus and shit. They warring on the woolly head Africans over there right now. So I can show you the modern war going on. So ain't no equality, like they the same thing, because they warring and they trying to wipe out the originals with the woolly hair over there. So all them motherfuckers, and you gonna put one straight haired, dark skinned motherfucker up, then you got one with woolly hair, and like, goddamn, where the fuck do that come from? Where the fuck is, because you cannot go to Africa and find no straight hair goddamn nation or tribe. All right, family. So you can keep on with your Lumeria and your Atlantis. I'm done for today. Okay, I done gave y'all a lot of chambers to go through. You can be Prince Namor up under the water. Atlantis, you could be Queen Mu or Queen Moore. Put the R on the end if you want to. You from Lumeria, you's a mentally deformed humanoid doing bestiality on the island of landmass of Mu that they've never found under the water or Atlantis. You can lead Madam Blue. And lastly, I just want to end where we at today, just so I can end where we at today and move the fuck on so you can understand where we at today, the age in which we in. And this is where old Madame Blavatsky got her Hitler got his crazy shit from Madame Blavatsky. You can see right here the Aryan. And let me blow this up. Let me blow it up. Wait a minute. Let me blow it up. These the Aryans. Hindu Egyptian. See? Taking our history, talking about they come from Atlantis. Aryan, Semite, Iranian, Celtic. So the Celtics is related to the Egyptians. Teutonic. You understand what I'm saying? The Germans. You understand what I'm saying? Austro-Americans. So the Australians is Aryans too, and Latin Americans. See? Latin America, because that's the Mayan and so on and shit. And so on and so forth. You understand what I'm saying? So they completely stole Egypt out of Africa. Dealing in a goddamn European origin, Polaria and shit and this and Hyperborea. You understand what I'm saying? We got to get out of this, family. We got to get out of this. And so thank you for being in the house today. Please share this, subscribe, hit the notification so you can get that damn be notified when the general about to set fire to the internet, and share it. Like it because you love it. You know what I'm saying? KingSeti.com, GeneralSeti.com, Patreon, General Sarasu Seti. I'll be on tomorrow, Patreon, evidence of the modern troglodyte. Man, y'all just don't know. Man, listen to me. And I say this, not and being humble. Man, bruh, sis, if y'all didn't have General Sarasu Seti showing y'all this shit, man, I don't know where the fuck niggas would be. Straight up. This is real motherfucking talk. I'm telling y'all. We got to move past this. All right, y'all. This is the General Sarasu Seti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.